Prime hydration. If you've never heard of it, click off this video, delete social media, and never look back. You're one of the lucky ones. Just kidding. It's a drink company started by these two random dudes and has managed to gain an insane amount of success and attention. Prime seemed to be a massive trend and meme over the past few years, but more recently, it just seems like people are making fun of it. And sure, all companies will have their ups and downs, but with Prime, there's one thing about their brand that just doesn't make sense to me. And if they change it, then maybe people will actually start taking it seriously. And to explain what I mean, we first have to cover the problem with Prime. So when you look at Prime at face value, the drink isn't the worst thing in the world for your health, but it's really not the best either. But that doesn't mean it's a bad product, right? So let's take a look at how they market Prime. Oh, it's marketed as a sports drink for athletes and people who are exercising, but as a sports drink, it just doesn't really make sense. In terms of the electrolyte balance your body needs to perform optimally, Prime doesn't have that right ratio of electrolytes, whereas other drinks like Gatorade do. Prime utilizes their bad electrolyte balance combined with artificial sweeteners to make their drink taste really sweet. And therefore, one of the main things you may hear about Prime is that it's very, very sweet. And I'm gonna go there. You know what else is very, very sweet?
Government report says those sodas and sugary drinks that we all love so much are making the country's obesity problem worse.
American soda. Soda is the enemy. The enemy of all enemies. The biggest op. The biggest op of this channel is Coca-Cola, bro. The biggest op of this channel is American soda. I don't mean to be one of those guys, but I am one of those guys. Soda is just so stupid. American soda, it's terrible. It's just the worst thing in the world. Look at the ingredients. It's just a ball of hatred. It's just a combination of ingredients that's meant to be put together so it could lessen your time on this planet. All these sodas that you see on the shelves in America, from what I know, probably other countries too, they're just the worst thing, the most detrimental thing for your health. But the thing is, there are millions of people that drink it every day and can't stop. There are millions of people who know it's bad for them, but it's really hard for them to stop just because of the way it makes them feel when they drink it. It just tastes so good. It's not their fault, but it's just so hard to quit. Their brain, their body kind of gets to this point where it craves that sugar so much, that taste, that they just gotta have one a day, you know? And when you look at something like Prime Hydration, look, it's not the best thing for your health, but in my opinion, it is way better than a lot of these sodas. When you look at the ingredients of Prime, it's water, it's coconut water, it's some, vitamins. It's just different forms of vitamins. It might be like not super good forms of vitamins, but it is vitamins at the end of the day. There's some amino acids in there, and then they have artificial sweeteners. But when you look at these sodas, most of them have high fructose corn syrup, which is very bad for you. That's where the sugar comes from. I'm guessing that's what people kind of get like addicted to in soda. And as much as I like to say that Prime isn't good for you either, it's probably better than Coca-Cola. Prime shouldn't be marketed as some otherworldly sports drink that LeBron James is gonna drink before his games. It should be marketed towards these people who are drinking soda, and it should be marketed to help them get off that. It should be marketed as a lifestyle drink, and the enemy shouldn't be Gatorade. The enemy should be soda, because Prime could really be a healthy alternative to soda, especially these sodas that use colors like red 40 and yellow whatever, right? I mentioned these colors in my last video, and pretty much they're just really bad for you. Prime doesn't use those colors, whereas American soda does. Since it has that sweet taste in it, maybe it would be easy for people who drink soda to transition from soda to Prime. And honestly, like if someone's drinking Prime like regularly and they don't want to stop, then okay, in my opinion, that's probably better than Coca-Cola. So if they transition from soda to Prime and then they kind of get hooked on Prime, I think the goal should be to just use Prime as a stepping stone to get away from soda. And then eventually stop drinking Prime, just drink water or something like that. Or if you want like a sweet drink, you could drink juice. I know hella people probably think that's lame. And I know fruit juice has a ton of sugar in it too, but that's the thing. It's not bad sugar. It's natural sugar that comes from the fruit. So if you're thinking like, oh, orange juice has more sugar in it than Gatorade or Prime. Well, yeah, but it's not bad sugar. It's like good sugar that comes from the fruit. It's not processed sugar. It's natural sugar. So in my opinion, the timeline for people should be to go... Wait, why is there a chair on my bed? The timeline for people should be to go from Coca-Cola to Prime to juice and water. And I think that's kind of realistic. Because if you think about it, if you're drinking Prime instead of drinking Coca-Cola, like, it may not be that hard of a change to make because Prime's also hella sweet. And then fruit juice is also pretty sweet. So if you're drinking Prime, then maybe you can move eventually from Prime to fruit juice. And then now, when you get to fruit juice and water, that's healthy, bro. Like, you don't need to make any changes at that point. So yeah, man, Prime's not that bad of a product. They just have dumb marketing. That's what kind of saddens me, is they could put all that marketing into solving an evil in this world. A straight up evil, which is soda. They just label it as a healthy sports drink that's better than Gatorade. And look, I'm for getting people off of Gatorade, because Gatorade is pretty bad. But I feel like these guys are so adamant on making sure people know that Prime is a sports drink, and that's just not right, because in terms of like an actual sports drink, it just doesn't work. But it can work as something else. So in conclusion, it would be cool if Logan Paul and KSI saw this video, but in my opinion, they probably won't take my advice, because as you can see with Prime, you know, they're doing pretty well marketing it as a sports drink. I know I've been talking way too much about YouTubers recently, but my next video will be different, I promise.